Yeah, I've always been interested in the process of work. A lot of times I feel like the process that leads up to final work is sometimes more interesting than the final work itself. So I wanted to figure out how to turn my ideas into physical form. I'm Jasper Wong. I'm an artist, illustrator, designer, art director, founder, lead director of POW. So when we first thought of the name POW, I was originally inspired by comic book culture. I'm a comic book nerd myself, growing up with it my whole life. And so POW was like a punch in the face. And that's how we saw the impact that art had on the viewer. Sort of like Batman punching Joker. And then WOW was a reaction to that. But POW together is a Native American term to celebrate, a gathering to celebrate art, music, and culture. So we thought it was the perfect name for what we were trying to do. I've noticed even when I have my own galleries that a lot of people didn't want to come in. They felt like it wasn't something that was for them or that it was for a different part of society. And so a lot of times art didn't touch the general public. It always felt like it was for a specific set of people. So we thought the best way is to put art in public places. Because when we do that, then everyone can come and enjoy it. It's art for the people. It's like we're just doing it for communities. That doing public art, people are really drawn to it, especially since they're like large scale too, and no one was really doing that on that scale here locally. But we've also learned that there's different cities that are more supportive and more open to it, and other cities that aren't. That's harder to sort of convince people that it's a good idea. When we were first doing it in Hawaii, there was a bit of a pushback because people didn't know what to expect because no one was really doing that. And I had a group of, it was like a group of senior citizens that like hated me specifically. It was like an anti-me club. It wasn't like anti-graffiti, anti-street art, anti-art, or anti-POW. It was like anti-yeah. And they will go around the neighborhood when we had a festival and try to find me so they can just berate me, just to tell me like how I'm ruining the neighborhood. So there's always that. So it takes time. So in different cities, there's different levels of support and we come in sort of with that mindset, but also we make sure that half the roster of any city that we're working is local. So then we're connecting visiting artists with local artists, and the local artists can sort of then tie in with the community, and they know what's going on and what's happening. So it just takes time. It takes a lot of effort into sort of educating and sharing the idea to the community. So when I moved to Hong Kong, I wanted to continue doing art shows because I was doing a lot of that while I was living in the Bay Area. And I kept getting rejected at different galleries because they said that I was the wrong kind of Chinese. And what they meant by that is that they wanted to show artists from Beijing or Shanghai or from mainland China more so than American Chinese artists because there was more potential to sell their work than my work, which was tough to hear because we were doing like shows and exhibitions in the Bay Area like every week with friends. As a reaction to that, I started my own gallery. So we found an abandoned restaurant that was vacant for about a decade, painted the walls white and put in windows and doors, and we had a gallery. And the very first exhibition there was the very first POW exhibition.